Lekker man, it's 18 minutes past 7 on East Rand Stereo. Janita Du Plessis. Mengel Muscardus op die lig saam met my nou, of op die lyn ook saam met my nou, gesels ek met Desmond Zeli. Good evening, Desmond.
Good evening, Leon, and how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Fantastic.
So we're talking about the Columbia leadership. And, well, first of all, who is Columbia leadership and what do you do?
Yeah, well, it's really exciting stuff. We're all about our youth, which obviously is our treasure of our country. And Columba prides itself on its work with its youth.
All right.
And I think just in the light of the skills that are given. I mean, during school, the curriculum is really the focus, and those life skills that these children need to cope with outside of school is just lacking extremely. So there's just no time for that. So Columba has a program that's a value-driven program that's focused predominantly at the grade 10 level, where they use values to empower these young people to be able to go back into their school communities and their communities where they live and apply these values through service to the community, through social projects, etc., and just making a difference.
And also making something of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And the wonderful thing is that they follow this program right through grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and it just makes an absolute massive difference in their own personal lives and in that of their community, their immediate school communities and their social communities.
That's fantastic. Really good to hear. And what inspired the ABSA Ready-to-Work program, and how does this work? Because you talk about the ready-to-workness about the program.
Yeah, absolutely. ABSA Ready-to-Work is a fantastic program, and it's really exciting that Columba has been privileged enough to be able to assist ABSA in bringing as much of this exposure to these children as possible through this program. Oh. So we have a group of young people. Once they've exited school, Columba then has a responsibility in ensuring that the continual growth of the folk that have gone through the program still becomes a responsibility, and that Columba still makes that difference. So our partnership with ABSA and the Ready to Work program, and keeping in mind the unemployment rate of the country, which is massive at this point of time. I mean, 64% of our young people are currently unemployed. It's really a huge statistic.
It's terrible.
It is, which includes our young people that come through the Columba program. So the fantastic opportunity with Ready to Work is twofold. The first one is the presenting and the facilitating of skills that aren't given during school and during the curriculum actual school hours to our young people, in the sense of work skills, people skills, entrepreneur skills, and money skills. Those skills aren't given during school time. So that's the one thing. Our young people in our schools are exposed to a program. And the second most fantastic and exciting thing is that our alumni through the Columba Leadership Program have the opportunity to become trained facilitators, have some employment, and then they themselves, within their context of where they've grown up, how they've grown up, etc., then present this Ready-to-Work program for ABSA into the schools, and they facilitate the ABSA Ready-to-Work program, which makes it just absolutely dynamic.
That's fantastic.
And impressive.
That's fantastic, really. And how do schools then qualify for this program, and what has the impact been so far that you guys have seen? I
mean, this program is escalating at the multiplying effect of this program is at a rapid rate right now. So the demand is huge. At the moment, just to have maximum exposure, I mean, just to let you know, Columba in its own way has 169 schools that it's worked with over its period of time in their program. So we've introduced the ABSA Ready to Work program into the Columba schools itself that have already been exposed to a value-based program. And so we have used that program, and now only with the rollout that we've gone nationally, we are exposing it to outside schools of Columba as well, so that our reach is a lot bigger. So at the moment, we're working off a school database. There's no criteria to qualify right now. It's the Columba schools, and that's really the criteria that it's based on right now with the relationship with ABSA. But the exciting stuff is that we're expanding at a rapid rate and a rollout nationally with regard to ABSA Ready to Work, and that exposure to these other schools is going to happen over time, and with support from business and funding. It just allows us to be exposed to more schools.
Yeah, but stuff is happening, and you are moving forward definitely with this program, which is amazing.
Yeah, no, we're moving fantastically.
That's fantastic. What do you guys hope to achieve through this and some of the other programs you do?
Yeah, so and again, it's just to go back to really what Columba does and its youth. It's to really empower the youth that we have. I mean, we really have an unempowered youth.
That is true.
A youth that is really hungry, but unfortunately they're just not getting what they deserve and what they need.
I agree.
And Columba provides that. So for us, what we want to achieve is to provide that skill set, number one, to our alumni that are going through the program so that they can get employed, and also to provide the school-going child with the correct skills so that when they exit, they have wonderful skills that they could utilize in the sense of what it looks like in the workplace, how to put together a CV, how to manage budget, what money looks, when it works with money, when to use it, when not to use it, how to use it. So, and then the personal skills, people skills, which is in our technological age, people skills becomes a very prominent skill.
Definitely, the power of likability, rather, as well.
Well, absolutely, and that's where you can't have that power. You can't be an entrepreneur and open your own business if you are short on that as well.
Definitely.
So it's a skill set of 4 modules that provides the children in the school with skills that they're not getting through the curriculum.
With the tools they need.
100%.
That's fantastic.
And so that's where we're working towards.
And are there any other plans for a greater rollout of this program?
Yeah, the exciting part is ABSA ReadytoWork has given us a fantastic foundation. So there are plans with this specific program with ABSA ReadytoWork, but at the same time there are a whole lot of other services where we can increase the employment rate amongst our youth, particularly our alumni, as well as creating other opportunities in doing similar facilitation and teaching and learning with regard to other aspects of life, sanitation, health and hygiene, all those things that are essential in communities that our young people grow up. There's also programs that at the moment are being put together, looked at, and being prepared to then roll out in these communities based on a model of ABSA ReadytoWork.
Fantastic. And what are some of the resources that's required for this program, and how can the public and our listeners get involved and get more information? Well,
any form of assistance would be fantastic. Most of our work is funding based.
All right.
The more funding that is obtained, the greater exposure to schools that one can go out there and go and meet the needs of our young people. So when it comes to resources, ABSA have been magnificent. Their material that they supply has been fantastically put together, and within context that it can reach our young people at a level that they can understand and get, and they provide those resources.
Yes.
For the ABSA ReadytoWork program, but the resources needed to roll out the other facilitation or the other services, etc. That's material we're developing ourselves, which we would obviously require some backup and support. Agreed. On that, and not rely on ABSA for that, because they have their own program and their own obligations.
Yes.
So funding is a crucial and critical element of our work, and the extent of our rollout and multiplying effect is going to be very dependent on that funding and the impact on our youth and our alumni that we have to facilitate.
All right, good to know. And if any of the listeners would like to get into touch with you, where could they possibly find you guys? Or how could they get into touch?
Yeah, so we in Savoy estate, and it's we got office numbers. I mean, I can give you, there's email and office numbers, and the office landline can be contacted on 011 440 5790, and that is the Columba Leadership Office. And the person that would need to be asked for is our CEO is Tracy Hackland, and whoever is interested can contact Tracy and discuss with them how they would like to get involved in the program and how they see their involvement.
Wonderful, wonderful. Desmond, thank you so much for your time tonight, and thank you for telling us a lot about this Columbia Leadership Program. I think it's a wonderful thing you guys are doing, and it's a wonderful thing for the listeners to hear as well.
That's awesome. Thanks, Gideon.
Thank you so much, Desmond. Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks for your time, people.
Goodbye.
Cheers, then.
Cheers. There we go, Desmond Zeli, hierso op Oosrand Stereo, gesels nou oor die Columba Leadership Program. Wonderful stuff they're doing there, definitely. Maar ons gaan nou eers weer terug na die musiek toe. Is Ryan Lane up next, Keep Holding On, 1927.